Here you go, Mr. Tibbs. That's it. Eat it all up. Go on.
Adventure Game Geek, solving riddles great and small. Adventure Game Geek, adventure games, he loves them all. Every day is a new quest, exploring north, south, east to west. Point and click to find the answers that we seek. Adventure Game Geek.
Hello there, fellow adventurers. So, after the last episode where I continued with the Black Mirror series, I thought I'd take a look at the sequel to Barrow Hill, which I mentioned in that review. Well, we'll have to get to that one of these nights.
One of these nights.
And then I do a ridiculous dance, which is just embarrassing.
No, go past this part. In fact, never play this again.
Ever since I heard that a follow-up called Bracken Tor was in production, I've been waiting 10 long years for it to be released. But instead of Bracken Tor, this is The Dark Path. Not quite what I was expecting, but was it worth waiting for? Let's find out, shall we? Barrow Hill The Dark Path opens much like the first game, with a car driving along a country road and the sound of local DJ Emma Harry on the radio.
The autumn equinox is with us once again, a powerful night in the pagan calendar.
This time though, we also see a woman performing some kind of pagan ceremony. We arrive at the Barrow Hill service station with Rock Southwest blasting on the radio. A shrine has been set up here for all the people who died 10 years ago, who were reported missing as part of a cover-up to hide the ugly truth that they were all killed by a deadly stone. Among the victims are Emma Harry's dog Wincy, game developer Jonathan Boakes, and this creepy scarecrow bloke. We're not the only ones out in the woods tonight though.
Oh, thank goodness. I need to catch my breath. Is that you, the journalist? I'm Mia Kendall.
Mia is a student who's investigating the disappearances as her brother Ben was one of those who went missing. The same guy who we encountered in Barrow Hill 1 hiding out in the station office.
Stay away! Stay away from the barrow!
In Mia's hideout, we can access her laptop and find out more about her and her friends Gus and Oliver, who don't look quite right somehow. The danger we must face this time is not killer stones, but a Celtic spirit called Babin, who is a symbol of the woods and, swirly things. Just like with Beetlejuice, you can summon her if you say her name 3 times.
Babin.
I see you.
Her powers are linked to nature, so she covers you with plants, just like the Oh My God guy in Troll 2. It turns out that Mia fell under her spell and was possessed by Babin, and now she's after her weird-looking friends. We must venture into the dark and spooky woods, flashlight in hand, to search out the items we need to appease Babin's spirit. I find it funny every time you pick up an item, this happens. Ah, hand wipes! Wow, pencils! Oh no, pot noodle! With all these wooden effigies hanging everywhere, this feels a lot like the Blair Witch Project.
It's all my fault. The wishing stones. It was supposed to help.
You also find all these SD cards scattered around, either in trees or under stones, and even one hidden inside a chestnut. In England, they're called conkers, and there's a game in which you put 2 conkers on strings and take turns to try and break the other conker. There's even a Conker World Championship where players compete to be crowned the king and queen of conkers. The cards contain video clips which you need to edit together in the right order to show what really happened to Mia. No, nothing wrong here, just a typical Saturday night in Barrow Hill. In our exploration of the woods, we find the Druid's Pool, which is reminiscent of St. Annika's Well in the first game. One new location we can visit is the Barrow Farm, which is a site of keen interest to weirdos, pagans, goths, and ghostbusters.
Who you gonna call?
So far, not much has happened, but things really pick up when both Ollie and Gus are enchanted by Babin and become sweet YouTube thumbnails. Even Emma Harry herself falls under Babin's spell. Is it just me, or does Emma look really fit covered in plants? Once we find all the necessary items to place as offerings on the wishing stones, Emma and co are revived. Once this is done, the game's almost over, and all that's left is to make more offerings to release Mia from Babin's possession, and she apparently floats away. So, to answer my question if this game was worth waiting 10 years for, the answer is sadly...
No! No!
To be honest, this fell short of my expectations, which were very high to begin with, but from the screenshots I saw of Bracken Tor, I was really expecting a lot more from this game. It's not nearly as long as the original, and doesn't have quite the same atmosphere that made it such an evocative experience. It reminds me more of a hidden object game, and you can even play Emma Harry's version of one, which is a kind of parody of the genre. Okay, so because this review is so short, let's take a look at another sequel that's also been in the works for a long time.
Boo!
The Lost Crown, a ghost hunting adventure, was developed by Matt Clark collaborator Jonathan Boakes and released back in 2008. Don't worry, we'll get to this one for sure. A sequel called The Last Crown, now subtitled Black and Rock, is apparently coming soon this year, but when exactly is still a mystery. In the meantime, Boakes released the short teaser The Last Crown Midnight Horror, where you return to the coastal village of Saxton as ghost hunter Nigel Danvers. We find him snoozing in his dingy old cottage holding a book called Warning to the Curious, a short ghost story by M.R. James that was the inspiration for The Lost Crown.
An Anglo-Saxon crown. No one's ever discovered one before.
There's also a mug with I Love BHR in it, which as we all know stands for Barrow Hill Radio.
Ah, Jesus! What the hell's going on?
It's Halloween time, or as Nigel says...
Halloween, the annual festival of diabetes and tooth decay.
So let's put on our Halloween mask and join the party. There are various games we can compete in, such as Pin the Tail on the Black Cat and musical statues. You can also visit your ghost hunting girlfriend Lucy Rubens.
What's cooking? Anything good?
Gotta love a good sausage.
I played the game in widescreen mode, but realized later that the top and bottom of the screen gets cut off, so I'd recommend the full screen version if you want to see this salad in its full glory, because no salad is complete without tomatoes and cucumbers. Oh right, and sausages.
Gotta love a good sausage.
Before long, Nigel witnesses some supernatural phenomena and grabs his ghost hunting gadgets, which up till now were used to catch rats eating his pasties.
Look at it, smug little beast.
Nigel and Lucy team up to conduct a seance with a Ouija board.
Can you tell me your name? W. G.
Could WG stand for William Gordon, who was thrown to his death in the Black Mirror? Could this be his ghost saying, "Watch my reviews of the Black Mirror series"? At one point, you need to get Nigel drunk on rum.
I think I'll have another rum.
I think you've had one too many.
The funny thing about this is that he suddenly sobers up whenever he talks to someone.
Heard any good ghost stories recently?
Well, I'm working on something.
A ghostly tale unfolds of brutal murder and eternal love, culminating in a grand firework display over Saxton. And now it's time to find out who won the Halloween competition. If you did well enough, Nigel will win first place.
Yes!
If not, the winner could be Lucy or possibly little Oliver. Wait, who's little Oliver? I don't remember him from The Lost Crown. Well, he could be a relative of Tom Oliver, who you can read about in The Lost Crown, which is also the same story you find in Darkfall the Journal. And we'll get to this one as well sometime. So now all we have to do is wait for Bracken Tor and The Lost Crown to be released. Okay, this might take some time. Let's go on some other adventures while we're waiting.